When it comes to a lazy, uninventive Nintendo series that makes people mad every time a new game comes out, what's your first thought? Well, of course it's going to be the new Super Mario Bros. Series. What else would it be? Okay, so I'm sure most of you know the story of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but just in case you don't, here's a refresher. The new Super Mario Bros. Series started at the Nintendo DS and was a return to form for the Mario franchise after multiple 3D adventures. It was a smash hit, and to this day it is one of my favorite DS games, which says a lot, since there are many games on the DS that I wholeheartedly treasure. The series moved on to the Wii, which improved on the formula a bit with better graphics and 4-person multiplayer, even if the level design suffered a bit as a result. But after that, things took a turn for the worse. Less than 6 months from each other, in 2012, the next two entries in the series were released: New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the Nintendo 3DS and New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U. Both games had identical art styles to the Wii version, and while each does have slight differences from each other, to a casual player they all felt the exact same. The series quickly turned from one of Nintendo's staple series to being the butt of many jokes over the years due to what seemed like simple laziness on Nintendo's part. The outlier in all of this was New Super Luigi U, which included incredible level design, difficult gameplay, and because it was originally released as DLC, no one batted an eye that it looked the exact same as Mario Bros. U. It is truly a diamond in the rough. With the Switch, most people expected a new Mario Bros. Game, and although they were preparing for the worst and hoping for the best, they could not prepare themselves for this. I want to get this point across very, very strongly. They released the exact same game that they did on the Wii U on the Switch and called it Deluxe. And to think, we called Nintendo lazy before. The only main difference between the two versions is the addition of Toadette, a new easy mode character for those who don't want to play Nabbit, and the inclusion of New Super Luigi U in the base game, as it was DLC before. Naturally, facing their disappointment, fans had to find a new way to enjoy these games without smashing their Switch over their knee. Hence, the speedrun community grabbed hold. I started speedrunning the deluxe version as a way to introduce myself to speedrunning without making it too hard on myself, and also with a run that could be beaten fairly quickly. And that brings us to where we are now. Obviously, the run you're about to see isn't the first one I've ever done from this game. I started a couple years ago now, and I've even made a video on my channel about my first time, although it's very outdated at this point. You're seeing a little bit of it on screen right now. Recently, I've been thinking that since I've been running this game on and off for a while now, I should do one more solid run before I moved on to other games. That's what this run is. This video will be me discussing my most recent run, while also explaining a bit of what I'm doing so that if you wanted to speedrun this game yourself, you could do so. So, I feel like I've talked enough at this point. Why don't we just get into it? The timer starts the first time Mario, or in this case Toadette, moves on the map, and my time to beat for a new PB and to crown this my final run was 47:28. For this stream, I had gone through a ton of resets by this point, and I was determined that this was going to be the run. I was desperately hoping. I will beat this in one run. Guaranteed. 3, 2, 1, go. 1-1 is naturally the easiest stage in the game, and it's mostly just making sure to play optimally. While we let that run, let's take care of a few housekeeping things before we really get into this. The type of speedrun that I'm doing is an any percent normal speedrun, which means that it's simply that I beat the game as fast as possible, using any character or combination of characters I choose. You might have noticed that I'm playing as Toadette. There is a reason for this, which I will go over later. I just thought I should mention it. Also, there are a few tricks that I was unable to perform over the course of this run, and when this happens, I will show an example using the current world record run by Astix. And would you look at that? We're already at the end of the level. 1-2 similarly is mostly about playing optimally, although there is one small trick in the middle that saves some time, which I wasn't able to perform. It doesn't seem that important, but in a speedrun, any amount of time helps. The idea is that you stand on the pipe before the piranha plant comes out. That way you can go through this small area without having to turn around. We continue towards the secret exit, and that's the second level done. 1-Blooper is the first secret level of the run. This level also features the first character switch of the run. Switching to Nabbit is beneficial here because he offers faster and easier swimming without being able to be hit by enemies. Toadette also swims fast, faster than Nabbit actually, but not being able to be hit by enemies is a huge plus. Not much to say about this level except try to get boosted by the pipes as much as possible. The path opening cutscene in this level is also extremely long, so if you need to get a quick drink or something, this is your main chance during the run. The cutscene in combination with actually moving to the next level takes about a full minute. Once you finally get to the next level, 5-1, it's all smooth sailing. Just play your best and it's all good. There's a few minor time saves here and there, but nothing huge. I would also like to use this time to point out that I am in no way perfect at this game. There are many things that I have done wrong up to this point and after this point. Don't use this as a guide. Use it as a starting point to see whether you actually want to do this run for yourself, or just if you want to be entertained. After that level, we are presented with a choice. You can choose to go right to 5-3 or left to 5-2. If you go to 5-2, switching to Mario is faster than Nabbit, but overall it's a much longer level. Personally, I don't see much of a point to not going to 5-3. 5-3 is one of the shortest levels in the run, and I find it much easier since you can stay as Nabbit. As we finish this level and move on to the mini castle, I want to explain the switching of characters. I will go back and explain the main tricks I use in the mini castle when I'm done. First, something you need to understand is that the acorn suit is an imperative item in this run, since most of the levels require it to play optimally. Normally, this would mean a restart or replaying a previous level in order to keep your acorn suit if you lose it, and since there are only a handful of levels on that route that contain acorns, that makes it very difficult. Luckily, the game has a quirk where each character holds on to their own power-ups, even if you switch off of them. This means that even though I'm currently Mario, Toadette still has her acorn that she picked up in the beginning. This means that if I lose my acorn or die, I can start right back up again without losing a ton of time, just by simply switching my character. The reason you choose Toadette in the beginning is so that you just have to hit right once on the character select screen, instead of wasting more time fooling around in the menus. Now, let's go back to the beginning of the mini castle to explain what the hell I just did. Firstly, since this is one of the levels with acorns, I switched to Mario so that I can get a new backup. But now, we go to one of the strangest tricks in the run, something that you can do right now without any training. By sliding down this wall, you can find a hidden pipe that literally skips half the level. I have no clue why this is here, maybe a development tool left in by mistake, but for our purposes, this is amazing, since otherwise this would be one of the longest levels in the run. Next, we simply ride the snake blocks until we get to this question mark box, where we first jump onto it, then do a spin jump and latch onto the wall, waiting for the swinging balls of death to leave before jumping off and boosting up to the door. Realistically, it's not that hard, but it feels incredible to pull off. Next, we stun lock Boom Boom, and we can move on. This ghost house is my biggest run killer, especially for this particular stream. The trick here isn't the most difficult, it's just really easy to mess up. Out of the door, you need to start running, jump up, wall jump, and boost up to this block. Stand on the right side of the block, jump and boost again to the next block, and then you can go up to the platform. Once on the platform, you can jump up to the left corner to get to the secret exit. In the next room, stand completely still. Seriously, the boos will not touch you if you stand perfectly still, as the floor will drop before that happens. After the third platform disappears, ground pound so you can get to the door faster. After that, you're home free. In 5-Parabeetle, we have our next character switch. My boy Luigi is next, and he must suffer. This is one of the longest levels in the run, since it's an auto-scroller. Not much to say here besides be careful not to fall and avoid the king bills. 7-1 is difficult if you want to go fast. It features a cloud that moves very slowly through the level, effectively making it an auto-scroller. But speedrunners have developed what's known as cloud skip, where you outrun the cloud by standing on the appearing and disappearing platforms and using your muscle memory to boost and jump at the exact right times. There are 3 segments to cloud skip, and I always opt to skip the 3rd segment and just ride on the cloud, since this is the shortest segment and it's also the hardest. I was lucky to be able to complete this level all in one run. Since I didn't do it myself, here is the world record run of the 3rd segment.
Try run deluxe right now, or once I
Let's go for an hour and then you lose your motivation.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I'll lose my, or if I get a run far.
You got this, Skippy, I believe, or I will cry, and then I will believe again after I cried.
Thank.
7-2 isn't exactly difficult, but just like the World 5 Ghost House, it is easy to mess up. After I almost failed really horribly, I decided to play the rest of the level very safely. I'll also show you the world record of this level.
Hard. Nom, 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 nom. What's this for?
Of course, I'm not getting, like, I'm always getting this shot, but now I'm not getting it because, of course, it's a alrighty goody run. But hey, I will get it.
The World 7 mini castle is usually not that hard. Unfortunately, I lost my acorn suit right in the beginning, which made the rest of this level significantly harder. Sorry to do this so much, but again, I'll show the world record run of most of this level.
Alright, 70. Give me your money.
No. I will
Give me your RNG.
The essential kit. Where did my phone go?
Ba-da-ba-da-bum.
Towards the end, much to my surprise, I realized there were acorns in this level. This made it so I could get to the Kamek fight a lot faster and beat it without losing any of my backups. There is a trick to the Kamek fight, where if you can correctly guess where they're going to show up, you can hit them without triggering another phase. I was able to do this on the last phase since it is guaranteed where they'll show up. I royally screwed up the World 7 Ghost House. I had forgotten the route I was supposed to take, so when it came time to choose the second door to go in, I guessed completely wrong and took what is possibly the longest room in the level. I will once again show the world record run, and this will be the last time for a while.
No! Whatever. It was not that early though, so actually I was not that bad. No fast excels edge. Oh, we take those. Bum bum bum.
Moving on to the castle, there isn't any significant tricks to this level to my knowledge. Just try not to die or lose your acorn suit. Unfortunately, Ludwig, my favorite Koopaling, is very easy. Once you beat his first phase, just wait for him to jump up out of his shell and jump on him before he flies up. The airship is another auto-scroller. This is where we switch to Toad. There isn't much to say about this level besides the fact that you need motion controls for it, so if you're using a controller without that, good luck. Bowser Jr. is honestly the hardest boss in the run for me. It is so easy to get knocked off the stage or blown up by a bomb without being able to do anything about it. That's why I played it super safe, and I did it first try. 8-1 honestly isn't hard. The trick is to run on the platforms when they're moving forward since they give you a speed boost. The other trick is to never slow down. Unlike the Wii and DS versions of levels with a similar concept, you can outrun the meteors that come down from the sky. If you slow down, they're bound to hit you, which is what happened to me, meaning I used one of my backups. The next level was always a make or break moment for runs. 8-2 is a raft that moves when there aren't any enemies on it, making this another auto-scroller. Or so it seems. Similar to Cloud Skip, there's a skip here that is very difficult to pull off, but necessary to get a good run. I'll let the footage speak for itself here. Alright, first part of it's done. Okay. I wasn't prepared, but it's fine. Alternatively, if you didn't want to try that, you could take the secret exit in 8-1 and play 8-4, which is faster than not doing the skip. Unfortunately though, this skip saves so much time that I recommend just getting good at this one. Also, we are at a unique point in the run where if you're following me, the acorn suit is not necessary after this point. It is nice to have, but this is the main skip that you need it for, so if you lose it, it's not worth going back and getting a new one if you aren't using backups. However, there is a massive skip in a couple levels that if you ever want any chance to get, you must still have it. You'll see what I mean soon. 8-3 is a really easy level. Not much to say other than that. If you hit the roulette block just right, you can get a star that speeds things up, but other than that, just play it through as fast as possible. This is it. If you have experience with this run, you know the suffering that this level has brought upon those brave enough to attempt the challenge set before them. I am not one of those brave souls, so I do not perform this skip. This skip is known as elevator skip, and I'm not even going to attempt to explain it. Just watch. Literally insane. I ended up going the normal route and lost my acorn in the process. So this is it. The final level. Princess Peach, here we come! Oh, well, let's try that again. Now playing with my last backup, back where we started with Toadette, we try the final level. There is a trick that makes the first part of the level a lot faster, where if you boost while in front of Bowser Jr., you'll get stuck in front of him and it'll boost you along. I opted not to do this for safety's sake, but made it to the end anyways. With time winding down on the clock and a lengthy cutscene before the Bowser fight, I was nervous. Would I finally beat my PB? Or would this be a huge waste of time? I was worried, but I continued anyways. After defeating Mini Bowser, of course.
Oh, look at you, a little tiny toilet for a little tiny baby.
The main Bowser fight can be stressful because there's one key to it all. BJ. Bowser Jr. What did you think I meant? Anyway, Bowser Jr. joins Bowser in this fight and slams down his Koopa Clown car where you can jump on him and force him out of it. In order to damage Bowser, you have to fly above his head and ground pound on him. Here's the catch though. Once you do that, Bowser Jr. will try to make it back into his clown car. If you can get into it before him, you can damage Bowser immediately after he gets out of his shell. I was able to do it the first time, but the second time I mistimed a jump. I wasn't happy, to say the least. Fuck! After he did his fire move, I was able to stomp on him and end the run. I was so shocked I hit the timer button a second late. But I did it. A new PB of 46:59. Now I can finally stop running this game and move on. This speedrun felt so good to do. I'm someone who always breezes through these games on casual playthroughs, so this always felt natural to me. The run has enough skillful tricks to make you feel good doing them, while also being relatively easy compared to other runs, or at least you have options to make it easier. I wholeheartedly recommend this game as a first speedrun for anyone looking to get into the community. Next, I plan on speedrunning Cuphead, a significantly harder game, but one I've always been pretty good at. I've tried a few runs at the time of writing this, but I haven't finished one yet. It's all about patience. Before you go, I'd like to take this chance to say a few things. I've been trying to be a content creator here for years with varied success, and I've always wondered why I never stuck with it or got bigger than I am. Until now. The amount of effort I've put into this video outshines anything I've ever done. I know it's not perfect, but from where I stand, this is the new version of me as a content creator. I can't promise wholehearted consistency, but I can promise to put as much effort as I can into my videos from now on, and that it will show. The only exception to this is my Wario Land episodes, since honestly there isn't much editing that goes into them. Even if this video only gets 20 views, I'll be proud of what I made today, and hopefully the love that went into it shows through as well. Genuinely, thank you so much for watching. Now, I have to do a couple shameless plugs. First, if you like the editing style on this video and would like something similar to be used in your videos, please check out my Fiverr page. I will edit your videos for you, and on the higher tiers I will add a thumbnail. I promise to put as much effort into your videos that I do into mine, and I will work with you to make something you're happy with and your viewers are happy with. The link is in the description. Next, I would like to point you to another project I've been working on recently. I have a podcast with my best friend Jake, where we talk all about our opinions on video games and video game related topics. It's called Games Connect Us All, and we're on YouTube and Spotify. Links will also be in the description. Also, a special thank you to those that inspired me to speedrun and to make this video. Links for them will be down in the description, and please check them out. Well, I think that's it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.